you, Stephanie, for being here. I would just like to ask you what brought you to your current position and what was your start in the technology field?
So let me answer the latter question first. How did I start in the technology field? I think um, growing up, I really enjoyed math and science. I think kind of like the logical nature of it really appealed to me. But I didn't really touch computer science until I got to university. And at university, I guess I realized that if I wanted to pursue either math or science, I would have to get a PhD or go to med school. So I decided that probably more schooling was not the right thing for me. And I decided to go into computer science. And one thing that really appeals to me about computer science is really the logical nature of it, which really mimics kind of the math and science stuff that I really like. So that's like my start of kind of my career. And then in terms of like how I got to my current position, is it just kind of like how did I find my company kind of thing, or?
Maybe what were your steps
Mm-hmm.
in getting where you are right now?
I think in university, I did a bunch of extracurriculars. So I did research every single year in different types of fields. So relating to technology, of course. So I did kind of like biological information kind of one year, and then I switched to kind of more financial engineering type things because I kind of wanted to maybe do the intersection between finance and tech, and I did that for quite a few years. And actually in college I joined a startup that was a high frequency trading firm. So kind of got to experience what it's like to build a company or build kind of a system from the ground up. So that was really, really interesting. But I decided that maybe that I wanted to start kind of my first full-time job out of college, like at a larger company. So I decided to join Dropbox. And I think at that time I considered Dropbox a medium-sized company. Not too small, but not too large like a Google or Facebook. I felt like I could really make impact there. And at Dropbox, I kind of grabbed the opportunities that were given to me. And I was really lucky because I had a mentor who taught me a lot of the skills that made me really successful today. So I was at Dropbox for 2 years, and I worked on various products and really concentrated on kind of the backend systems engineering. And then I was looking for kind of a new growth opportunity, and I chopped around and saw Deliverr, which is the startup that I'm working at right now. Very backend systems focused. I feel like I'm making a lot of impact. I'm growing and learning a lot, so it's really great.
Okay, regarding other speakers, you are kind of special because you have a university background in software engineering. Given that, is there anything you would advise to people who don't have this background, even that you do have it?
I think like a lot of the things that you actually learn in university are not really applicable in your job. Like I find that maybe 1 or 2 classes are really applicable in terms of like my job, right? Because I concentrated in distributed systems and I am working with systems. But that's like really the only thing. I think like what is more important is your ability to approach problems and kind of sweating the details, right? I think it's just like problem solving, approaching problems, and how you execute. I think that's the main differentiating factor.
Okay, thank you. And my last question, if you have never ever had to sleep again, how would you spend your time?
Do I have like the same amount of energy? Like I always, okay. I think it would be, I think the first thing I would do is I would move to a place where it's easily accessible to kind of like a park or kind of like maybe a small hill to like, I think in the morning I would like hike a lot, just like go for like a day hike, and then kind of in the afternoon I would like actually like, do work. And for me, I think like still like having a job is needed for intellectual stimulation. And then I think after work I would probably work out for long periods of time. Maybe not super long, but I would work out and then maybe like take some time to like read and learn like different things. I feel like I'm actually not very good at cooking, but I love eating. So I think maybe I would spend that extra time to learn hobbies and go for hikes, basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much.